Welcome to this comprehensive class member transition program policy training provided by the UIC College of Nursing. This training will address declined outcomes and appeals. This training will enable comprehensive program staff to understand policies and procedures regarding declined outcomes so they can communicate these outcomes to class members and program staff. Staff will also learn how to explain the appeals and grievance process. The information provided in this training module is outlined in Policy P1.02, Declined Outcomes, and Policy P0.13, Grievances and Appeals. Post-transition closures to services due to decline are outlined in Policy P5.06, Post-Transition Closure to Services, and are briefly described in this module. A more detailed description of post-transition closures can be found in Orientation Module T5.1, Post-Transition. Please note that this training module presents an overview of the information provided in more detail in these policies. CCMTP program staff should read and understand each policy in detail. Declined Outcomes, Policy P1.02, addresses how prime agencies should document declined outcomes pre-transition. Post-transition closure to services, Policy P5.06, addresses how prime agencies should document declined outcomes post-transition. Class members or their legal guardian may decline engagement at any time while proceeding to transition or after transition. Prime agencies should obtain documentation to verify class members' legal guardianship status before accepting a guardianship decline. This includes if there is an active power of attorney of healthcare or a healthcare surrogate. A copy of this paperwork should be uploaded to the member files in the web app. Class members have the right to receive information and education on the CCMTP and prime agency transition services regardless of guardianship status. Class members who decline engagement with the comprehensive program or who decline continuing services are considered declined members. Prime agency staff are responsible for addressing class members' hesitation about transition or continuing engagement. Prime agencies are also responsible for documenting the class members' reasons for declining engagement or ongoing services in an effort to better understand why the class member does not want to participate in the program. If no resolution to the class member's concerns is possible, the prime agency should complete and submit the required documentation, depending on whether the decline occurs pre- or post-transition. This documentation includes Form 3.8, Pre-Transition No Longer Proceeding Checklist, or Form 5.7, Post-Transition Class Member Decline, and either the 2.9 Pre-Transition Decline Letter or the 5.4 Post-Transition Decline Letter. The decline letter confirms that the class member understands that they will not receive any ongoing services and will not be receiving help to transition to the community. The document should be signed by the class member, their guardian, if applicable, and the staff reviewing the letter with the class member. The signed letter should then be uploaded as an attachment to the member files and signed documents section of the class member's web app record. Once all notes have been entered and all required documents are uploaded in the web app, the prime should choose the appropriate case closure request. UIC Con and IDHS QMU will review and notify the prime agency of the outcome. Prime agencies must consult with IDHS when a class member refuses to participate in necessary activities in order to proceed with a safe transition in the comprehensive program, such as refusal to authorize and share medical records, refusal to authorize communication and collaboration of needed service providers, refusal to look for housing, refusal to choose a unit that meets indicated needs and preferences after being shown more than 3 units in the desired geographic area, refusal to accept the clinically recommended transition setting required to address safety risks in the community. All refusals and prime agency efforts to address them must be documented in the class member's web app record. There must be multiple attempts to address the class member's refusal recorded in the web app. For procedures to request a case consultation and closure due to any refusals pre-transition, see Policy P3.02, documenting pre-transition engagement and status changes. Grievances and appeals, Policy P0.13. When a class member disagrees with decisions made during their involvement with the comprehensive program, they have the right to file grievances and appeals related to those outcomes and recommendations. As defined in the comprehensive program, a grievance is a verbal or written expression of dissatisfaction concerning a violation of rights, rules, statutes, or contract, or when a class member feels that they were not treated with courtesy, consideration, and respect. An appeal is a request to review or overturn a determination made regarding the class member's services. Class members can file a grievance or appeal for any concern or disagreement they may have, including but not limited to a transition delay determination, the outcome of the assessment or CAST review, the level of care for which they are recommended, the housing choices offered to them, the services recommended, or the staff or agency they are assigned to. Prime agencies are accountable for establishing first-level grievance and appeals processes internally before class member concerns are escalated to IDHS. Prime agencies are responsible for intake, tracking, investigating, and responding to class members' initial grievances and appeals. The number, outcome, issue, and other data associated with initial grievances and appeals shall be reported by the prime agency to IDHS upon request. If a class member does not agree with the prime agency's resolution, then the prime agency must inform the class member of their right to file a formal grievance or appeal review with IDHS. This can be done via mail, email, or telephone, and must include the class member's name, address, and phone number, along with a brief description of the issue they are appealing. Detailed protocol for filing an appeal is provided in the right and appeals document that should be provided to the class member. If the class member disagrees with the outcome of the first level of review, subsequent reviews may be conducted. First level appeals are reviewed by the Comprehensive Program OMSU Director. Second level appeals are reviewed by the Community Reintegration Programs Administrator. Third level appeals are reviewed by the Consent Decree Diversion Administrator. If the class member still disagrees with the outcome of a third level review, they can be referred to other entities for additional help, which may include the Illinois Department of Human Services, including the Office of the Secretary, Olmstead Compliance Officer, and/or Office of the General Counsel, the Office of the Inspector General, the Illinois Department of Public Health, the Illinois Department of Health Care and Family Services, or the Social Security Administration. The grievance and appeals process is outlined in Clinical Document 2.2, Your Rights and Appeals Process. A copy of this document should be provided to the class member when they begin engagement in the program, upon request, and whenever the class member experiences a negative outcome. Ensure the class member understands the contents of this document. Current versions of all comprehensive program policies and forms can be found in the web app library, and educational resources can be found on the Colbert-Williams training website, managed by the UIC College of Nursing. Any questions can be directed to the Colbert-Williams Help Desk, linked at the bottom of every page of the Colbert-Williams training website. Thank you for your attention and efforts to ensure safe and successful class member transitions.